last week is a very busy week in the forex market, where we have the pounds monetary policy report, the US dollar monetary policy report, and the job data from the US dollar. So they actually dropped the interest rate reports at 5.5%, which is the same as previous and forecast. That means that they didn't change, they kept rates unchanged in January. And in the last week forex forecast, I told us that they don't have much data at hand to be able to say they want to actually cut rates or hike rates this January. So what they will do is now to leave rates unchanged. But at the press conference, we heard the Fed chairman, that is Jerome Powell, saying that they need to still keep like interest rate hike at this particular area. No room for rate cuts unless they have some information that there is a need for it. Let's put it that way. He said, and I quote, that there is no need for rate cuts in this first quarter unless there is a need for it. And he said, and I quote, that he confessed that this is a good economy, which means that they actually said they need to wait for the job data. If the job data actually come out positive, then they don't have to cut rates in March. That is the first quarter of 2023. But now on Friday, we saw the job data coming out better than expected. So which means that US dollar is very strong. So they are having a very good economy right now, but they still have a long way to go, because they need to keep inflation at 2% target. And he said, and I quote, that even if the inflation can even come below 2% target, that they are going to be okay with it and maintain it that way. Right now, what are we looking at in the market this week? My personal bias this week is for the US dollar strength, according to the catalyst they released last week. That is the strong data report and the hawkish speech by Jerome Powell. So that is what we'll bring to next week. We'll bring to the table till next week, because I think market participants might actually take it into consideration, and you'll see more strength coming into the US dollar. And after the job data on Friday, we saw the DSY bouncing off from this trend line, and then it's close above this level, which means that you're having more strength coming back into the US dollar. But for now, this place we have to watch. We have to take a look at this minor resistance level. But for now, what I can see here is what they call head and shoulder, which is a reversal pattern. And this week, markets might actually come here, retest this particular resistance, come back to retest this trend line, and then we'll see the break of that resistance. So if this trend line, this line break, that is a 104.156, if it get broken, then we'll be expecting DSY to hit first 106,500. So that is the first resistance level we can actually see there before 107,092. So I believe this is the first one, 105, 105,951. This is the first resistance level right there. If I'm expecting a pullback on DSY back to this level, then a break of this particular zone, that is a 104,158 to 105,951. But before we actually take the individual currency, let's check the fundamental news for next week. What do we have in the economic activities of next week? It's a quiet week. Okay, today is Sunday. Let's say this week. This is a quiet week in the forex market, and then as you can see, we have the ISM manufacturing PMI on Monday, that is from the US dollar, and we have the AUD monetary policy on Tuesday. Yeah, that is on Tuesday. So then after then, I think we have the SND unemployment rate also, and then employment rate. That is I think AUD and SND should be in our watch list this week. So, and it's in my watch list. I'm actually looking for AUD CAD and SND CAD to the downside, because we have more strength coming into the Canadian dollar right there. So, and we have some fundamental catalysts on AUD and the SND. So let's see how this play out. So we should expect more volatility on AUD Canadian dollar and SND Canadian dollar this week. JPY, Euro, USD to this week. So we don't have much on fundamental this week. On Friday we have the Canadian dollar and employment rate too. But this week will be full of FOMC member speech. That is we have on Thursday, we have on Wednesday, we have on Tuesday, and then we have on Monday. That is our speech from the from FEB. So let's see how it goes. And this all their individual speech might actually have a significant impact in the market. So you have to take notes on that and follow up, because you might be in a trade and then each of these members drop a speech and you see some volatility in coming into that particular trade right there. So let's go back to the individual currency. And gold is still giving a bullish vibes. I've not seen any bearish this thing here for now. So if you want to, because like this, we have the breakout of this zone already. This zone has been breaking out. As you can see, this zone has breakout, and then it went ahead to retest this resistance level, come back to support, and then we saw this rejection on Friday. So probably if you want to add another trend line right there, you see that you might actually see a upward movement on gold, but this is the level I'm looking at. If this level didn't if price didn't break this particular level, then you should see it coming back to this support level. You understand? So you might look for rejection at this support level, but with all the geopolitical tension going on around the world, I don't think gold should sell soon, unless if we have a break of this zone of 2006, then you should expect gold back to 1932. So this level, I'm looking at this level to sell gold. If gold did not break below this level, I won't be joining the sellers to actually sell gold. So what I'll be looking for is to buy gold at this particular level right there, for it to come back, retest, and then give me some rejection candle so that we can join the buyers back to this. If this break, then I think the next level is 2088, because for now I can't see anything that will actually prompt me to enter a sell on gold. Now what I can see is a buy bias, unless we have a break below 2006.98. So that's my bias on gold. So next pair we want to check is GBP US dollar. So I'm bearish 80% on GBP US dollar, unless otherwise. But next week I will not be doing anything on GBP US dollar than to look for a selling opportunity. And as you can see, this is a range. This is a range, but if you check this level, we will see that there is a significant thing that happened right there. So it means that we have a break of this level to the downside, and the momentum of sellers here is different from the rest. You understand? Apart from this one, you understand? So let's see how markets react at this level. But my bias is to sell DBP USD, but I'm looking for my entry at this particular level for market to come back to this supply zone, and then you see more move to the downside. So this is where I'll be looking at to actually sell DBP US dollar next week. I will wait for the market to rally back to this particular level. This is where I'll be looking for a selling opportunity back to 1.25059. So where I'll be taking my first profit. Then if it actually break that level, then I'll be looking at 1.24200. So anything above 1.27690, I will not be looking to actually trade DBP USD. So I'll wait for it to give me a bias. And if you check the monthly candle, you will see what I'm saying, what I'm actually saying in the monthly time frame. So let me give you the big picture here. As you can see, like what is happening here, we have rejection, there's a rejection, and monthly time frame fake breakout, breaking back, the market reject here, and then we now saw this rejection. So that's what I'm actually looking at for a bearish bias on DBP US dollar going into next week. So let's see how it actually goes right there. So this candle actually closes bearish, so we should see another bearish candle beside it. That is next week. So in the daily time frame, you see that it's actually closed as an engulfing candle. So let's see how price behave, because I'm actually anticipating for price to actually come back here, and then you actually see rejection, and then we'll see a rejection back to 1.25052. So the next pair is Euro US dollar. Euro USD to what I'm expecting on DPUSD, I'm also expecting it in Euro US dollar for price to come back and then retest this particular area and reject back to 1.07350, and if that level break, we should see price coming back to 1.05184. So I'm actually looking for a bearish bias on DBP on Euro USD. As you can see, there is a break of this level. So price break, come back to retest, then reject again, come back, then reject. So we should actually see a come back to this area and then reject back to 1.07350. So guys, see how price react to this area, and then you take your entry from there. For me, this is not a financial advice, and just doing this based on my own perspective, based on my own analysis and what I've seen in the market, and even based on the fundamental catalyst also. The next pair I want to check is Canadian dollar, Japanese yen. So here price is at resistance level. If you can see it very well, we have a resistance level here, and then actually here. So price might actually be indecisive at this level, so we might actually see a move back to this level. But where I'm taking my buy is at this particular level. If price come back here and retest this level, this zone, then I'll be taking my buy from this particular zone or this particular zone right there. So what I want to do on CAD JPY next week is to actually go for a long position on Canadian dollar to Japanese yen, because unless price come back and then we see a break of this level back to the downside, then we should be looking for a bullish bias. But if price now come back here and break this level back to the downside, then we should be looking for a bearish bias, an opportunity we'll see. But here, any retracement you see here should be an opportunity for you to look for a bullish bias back to 112,000. You understand? So that is what I'm actually looking at. Then if it actually break, then you see price coming back to 113,151. That is that on Canadian dollar, Japanese yen. And most of my trade I want to take this year will be based on Canadian dollar. That is AUD CAD, NZD CAD, and then CAD JPY, then JPUSD, and then Euro USD. So Euro JPY too, you should look for a breakout from this particular zone right here. If this level breakout, then you should look for a bullish bias. As you can see, then we've seen a sign of breakout already. So here, if we have a, let's say, markets now come and retrace back to this level, which will actually make this what they call it, and so that you see you should actually look for a buy bias at that particular area. But my bias on this particular pair is buy bias, because you see a rejection at this particular area and price now break this area. So any retracement you see is an opportunity for you to look for a buy bias back to 163,667. So the next pair I want to check is AUD JPY. AUD JPY, what I'm actually looking at on AUD JPY is a buy bias, but you might actually see markets price coming back here to retest this particular trend line. So any adjustment to see here is an opportunity for you to look for a bullish momentum back to 98,531, where the support resistance level is. And then if price now break through this area, then I would be doing nothing on AUD Japanese yen. So the next pair is US dollar JPY. I'm bullish on this 80% on US dollar JPY. I'm bullish on it 80%. So what I'm actually looking at for price to, we have market price that has break this area with momentum, but we can actually see a retracement for price to come and pick another buy at this particular area. So price might actually do this. You might actually see price coming back to this area to pick up the buy bias, and then we'll see from there to 149,598. And if that level break, should be looking for the extension of 151,850. And mind you, on US dollar JPY, there is one level. Please watch this level very well. 150 is a very, very difficult level to break. So watch that level very well. And if markets retrace back to this area and you pick your buy from here, when market gets here, you have to do also, you have to take your profit and allow it to break the 150 level before you go for 151,805. So let's see how a price reacts at that area. So the next pair I want to check is pounds JPY. On pounds JPY too, I'm actually looking for a bullish bias here too. So I'm actually anticipating a breakout here, and then we'll see a buy bias coming back to that particular market. So here I'm looking for a breakout of this zone. Okay, that's what I'm waiting for this zone to break out, and then we'll enter after probably a retest and then a rejection back to the upside. You understand? So that's what I'm actually looking at on the GBP JPY. On Australian dollar, Canadian dollar, I told you that I'm actually bearish on this pair on both the AUD and then an NZD. So if you see a retracement back to this area, so any retracement you see back to this area, it's an opportunity for you to look for a bearish movement, a bearish rejection back to 0.85870. So I'm taking my buy bias for here from here, because one day we might actually see markets retrace heavily to this particular area, and then I will take my sell bias from there. And the last pair, which is SND card, my bias through on SND card is bearish bias. So there are two area I'm looking for a bearish bias here. Either price reject at this area, so we see a rejection at this area, then we'll actually target a new low for our targets right there. So I'm actually looking for market to actually retrace back, and then we'll see a bearish bias at that particular area. So AUD Canadian dollar sell, SND Canadian dollar sell, GBP USD sell, Euro USD sell, Canadian dollar JPY buy, and then the US dollar JPY buy. So these are my favorite this thing for next week. Understand, these are my favorite analysis for next week, and what me personally I'm going to be anticipating. And anytime I see a entry trigger, then I will actually enter at that particular area. And don't put it to heart, this is for educational purpose, not an investment advice. So I'm not an investment advisor, you understand. I'm not a financial advisor, so that is it. So this is the weekly forex forecast. Do well to turn on the notification, like, and share. So don't forget to join us next week for another exciting weekly forex forecast, and there is a link to the broker in the description box. So join the broker. It is a verified broker and a very reputable broker. So if you have any issue, I can help you with it when you join that particular broker. And the link to all our Telegram group is in the description box too. You can actually join, and then that is where I drop my entry, my exit, and then my live trade where I will be enter a particular position. Yeah. And the last thing is, don't forget to trade safely as we are entering the new week. So trade safely, make sure you use your protective stop, make sure you actually journal your trade, and stay safe.